Sup bitches, I'm Alex, and today I'm going to be reviewing books I haven't read yet. So I have a tendency to do this thing where I'll go to Barnes & Noble and just buy like a bunch of books, and then I won't ever read them. Like, I read a lot of books, but the number of books that I do read compared to the number of books that I buy and then just don't is very low. So I thought today I'd just go through my stack of books that I haven't quite read yet and just tell you what I think about them based on the covers. Here we go. First book I'll be reviewing, American Psycho. I actually did start it. I got about 2 pages in before I got annoyed with whatever his name is constantly talking about the clothes other people are wearing. Like, I'm not even joking. The majority of the page length is basically a bunch of different catalogs for designer stores. What the fuck? That's not interesting. It's boring. I don't want to read that. I give American Psycho 1 out of 5 stars because it's just a bunch of clothes. It's not murder like I thought it would be. It's boring. Second book, Girl in the Spider's Web. So, I read the first 3 Girl with the Dragon Tattoo books. I loved them all. They were pretty rough because the dude died before they could get through editing. But they were pretty good overall. This one, I bought on a whim. And let me just say, I kind of regret it. I'm never gonna read it. Honestly, like, in my opinion, this book is a piece of shit. The dude that wrote it is a piece of shit, and it is a total cash grab. They are cashing in on the work of someone that died, who wouldn't want his work to be cashed in on. Like, I wrote an essay on him in high school, and he doesn't seem like the type of person that would have been okay with this. So I give The Girl in the Spider's Web 5 betrayals of someone's personal image out of 5 betrayals of someone's personal image. Next we got The Shining. So everyone knows about The Shining. There's a scary hotel, twin girls, Jack Nicholson being like, here's Johnny. You know, it's pretty standard stuff. I really like the movie. This is another one that I tried to read and I couldn't get through the first chapter. Stephen King. I am sorry. I respect you as a person. I think you're awesome, and I'll admit, like, your writing can be good, but I don't like most of your books. I feel like they're a lot of shit. So I got like 1 page into this one and quit. I did like the movie better. I don't say that very often, but like, it was kind of better. Don't get me wrong, it's probably a really good book if I actually get into it, and I will eventually. It's just that, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, I give The Overlook Hotel 5 stars out of 5 stars for all the ghosts and shit. Next we got The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Now, this one it's divisive, to say the least. Now, I personally think that's an interesting concept, and honestly, I probably would have read it by now. I've just been kind of busy with my train wrecky shit. You saw the video last week. So yeah, it's probably really good. I've been meaning to read it. It's about a woman in a society where women can't get pregnant anymore, and the ones that are sold to basically lords to pretty much be baby machines and or sex slaves. It's kind of fucked up, but like, I think it could be good. So yeah, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars. I'm docking it 1 because it's kind of unrealistic. Like, I get that it's supposed to be like a fable, but I mean, you can do a fable that makes a little bit more sense. Next up, we got Let Me In. This is another Swedish book. It's about a little boy who becomes friends with a vampire. It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be like one of the best vampire books. I've been meaning to read it for a while. It looks really cool. I actually forgot about it. I got it in high school and meant to read it for like a book report or something, and then I just didn't. And then it found its way into my attic and I completely forgot about it for a long time. But I honestly will probably read it in the near future because it looks really cool and it seems pretty creepy. So for Let Me In, I'm going to give it 5 stars. Next up, we got 11/22/63, another Stephen King book, because I just don't know when to quit. So this one's about a dude who like goes back in time to stop JFK from being assassinated. That's the plot of it. There's probably some other shit, but like, I haven't read it yet, so I don't actually know. I will say that that could be a fun concept depending on how it's done. Time travel plots tend to be really shit. I mean, even the Harry Potter one, where it sort of made sense, was still kind of shit, and a lot of the time, time travel ends up being a Deus Ex Machina, which I am not a fan of. So, like, we'll see. I might read it eventually, but like, I'm a lot less likely. It was definitely an impulse buy that I probably will not get through. So 11/22/63 gets a 2.5 stars out of 5. I'm gonna say it's like middle of the road probably. We got House of Leaves This is that book that everyone's all like, ooh, it's so good. The words are all weird. So let's just take a look at what I mean by the pages are all weird, okay? So normal, 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 normal. Ooh, look, boxes and empty pages and like, what the fuck is this? Don't get me wrong. Like, the story seems really good. It's about a house that, like, is bigger on the inside. It, like, keeps growing. But on the other hand, it's gonna be really difficult to read because of the formatting, and it's gonna be a hassle to actually get through it. So, I've been putting it off for a long time. I do plan on reading it eventually because, like, I like the concept. And I really do like the idea of, like, formatting being a part of the story. It's just, it seems really hard to get through, so I'm gonna have to dock at some points. I'm gonna give House of Leaves 4 out of 5 stars. Next up, we got The Rest of Us Just Live Here. So you know how in young adult books there's always the chosen one, and then everyone else is like the supporting characters who don't really matter and no one really pays attention to them? This book is about them. It's about everyone else, which I'm really excited for. I personally think that the whole Chosen One story is overdone and really, really stupid. It can be good if done correctly. Like, again, Harry Potter. I love those. But, like, it was done in a very different way, and it was made pretty apparent that Harry would not have won the war if other people didn't help him. This book is about the kids that live in the world where there's a chosen one and no one else matters. These are the people that don't matter, and it just seems like it's gonna be absolutely hilarious seeing, like, what they have to deal with, because, I mean, the chosen one tends to cause a lot of destruction, and then everyone else has to pick up the pieces, and it never shows that part. So I feel like this will be a really fun story, like a really good parody of your standard young adult novel. The Rest of Us Just Live Here, I am giving 5 out of 5 stars. Next up, we got Slaughterhouse-Five. This one's World War II book about time travel, but like a different kind of time travel, where he's experiencing his life non-linearly. So, everyone knows the first line of this book. It is, "Listen, Billy Pilgrim has become unstuck in time." It's very famous, and Kurt Vonnegut is considered one of the best comedy writers ever. And honestly, it seems like it could probably be really funny. I do want to read it at some point. I do think that it'll be really good, and I really do look forward to reading it. So, Slaughterhouse-Five, I'm going to give 4 out of 5 stars. Anyway, you should all read these books. They're probably really good. I just haven't gotten around to reading them yet. Thanks for watching. I'll see ya when I see ya. Bye.